Welcome back, everyone, to the #1 automotive podcast. Today, we have an extremely special guest. He's known for one of the coolest builds on YouTube, from his iconic BRZ to his new
Ah,
Supra. Please welcome Calvin. How's
hello.
how are you doing,
Hello.
Calvin?
I'm doing well. Close to perfect.
Good,
That,
good.
Close
Great.
to
that's what we want to
perfect.
hear. That's what we want to hear. That's perfect. So,
How you
Calvin, you
two
just
been doing?
we've been doing good. We've been doing good. We've been keeping busy. We've been running this podcast for a few weeks now, but we're really excited about it. We're really passionate about it and just love talking about cars. So uh, we hope that you enjoy, and we have some questions as well. And we'd love just
Sure. Hit me
want.
with what you got, man.
So you just came back from the Sema show. Obviously, that's like the talk of the town. You were there for a full week. Uh, Tell us how it was. Like, how was it? What was the
Okay.
experience? We've never been before. We've seen all the
Okay.
videos, but
Oh, you
we've
guys
never
haven't
been.
been. I'm surprised because I went to your TikTok and I checked out all the cars you're around. I'm
Yeah,
surprised whatever you're doing doesn't get you a media pass.
it doesn't. It doesn't,
Not
unfortunately.
yet,
But
not yet.
we saw it through. We saw you guys and all having fun, and we saw all the videos, but we didn't actually go there. So how was it? Tell us about it.
Okay. It was honestly, I don't go for the cars at all. I don't even know what's going on at SEMA. I went to Central Hall, and that's all I went to because that's where all my friends are.
Yeah.
Uh, I typically go as the dude that goes and yells at people he shouldn't be yelling at. There's like high executives that run big things, and Calvin's over here like, you son of a bitch, where the fuck have you been? Right? So like I just I just go there to have fun. It's a social networking event
Of
for
course.
myself and basically everybody in the industry. You don't really go for the cars. Of course, you go to go
Yeah.
see like cool shit. Like there was an F1, I believe it was the 2019 car,
Oh,
F1
Jeez.
Red Bull, and then they had like a 2016 car somewhere else, and it was just like a great event. But um, what I typically did every day is I walked the hall, said hi to some friends, like head of marketing of X,
Nice.
some drivers at whatever place. We went, we rallied like for 3 nights in a row. Me and my brother, like we went to, I think, Omnia, and I ended up seeing Ken Gucci there.
Wow.
uh and it was just so funny because everybody was like fucking like slizzard, and it was like a legit time. And Ken walks up to me, and I shake. I was like, I wanted to meet him, so I shake his hand.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he
100%.
goes to me. He goes to me. He's like, I'm a fan, and I was like, I'm a fan. And I was like, oh my God, no way. And I tried to find him at the booth, but he didn't have the schedule. It was like whatever. But it was really cool meeting Ken Gucci.
yeah.
Nice.
I believe I think it's on like TJ's, or his was on his story, or
Yeah.
Sabrina's story, where I can't, what was his name? Taka-san? Uh Gretty, or one of the owners of Gretty, or uh,
Yeah.
um, I don't know what his title is. I don't really care. But he was having a great time. He was pouring drinks. We were having a good time. He was fucked up, and and yeah, like that. And then the next day we went to I can't remember. But then the day after that we went to Zook. I believe
Yeah.
that's how you pronounce it. We went to
Yeah. Yeah.
Zook,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
So you
we
were
were
just having a great time at all the different places, like enjoying life.
So did you?
yeah.
So you said some cool people you met, but did you like? I know you didn't go for the cars typically, but did you see any cool builds that stood out to you?
So uh honestly, oh, I there's a car that I want to build. There's a car that I
Whoa.
want to do.
Oh,
I talked about it on my stream, so it's fine. So like I wanted to go see the Factory 5 61 Cobra replica.
whoa,
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
and
Okay.
because my whole thing is like arc demon, not your hero, anti-villain, kind of an asshole. Actually an asshole. So I wanted a car that kind of gives off supervillain vibes. And
Yeah.
and in my chat we were going through all the cars, and um there's no shot I'm getting like a a Mercedes AMG. I can't.
Yeah.
That's the dream supervillain car with the wide body kit and all that good stuff.
The wide body kit, yeah.
So I want to do that, but we were looking through like older cars that could have like have that vibe, and everybody in chat would send me James Bond. I'm like, nah, man, I ain't no superhero, man. Like I'm just a normal guy just yelling at people he shouldn't be
But that's so
yelling at.
unique because everyone else does, like you see on YouTube, everyone has AMGs and like people have done the Aston Martins, but like that's something that I've never seen before on YouTube. So I think that's a way to do it. Something
Yeah,
different,
like
something
the
unique.
Cobra, like so to me, car stuff, like I kind of mind my own business. Uh what's the word? Against popular belief, I don't
Yeah.
really care for cars. Like I don't care at all. Like I only care about my friends' cars
Yep.
and my cars. And what I mean by that is if I can drive past a semi truck and see my reflection in the mirror and be like, "You're fucking cool, dog." That's all I care about, right? Like if I feel cool in my own skin and in my own car,
Yeah.
and I don't worry about anybody else. So like whether like you guys were saying like, oh, I haven't seen that before, I don't really care, right? Like but by the time we did my car, my wide body kit, I'm sure it's not original, right?
Mm.
And it's it's like I don't I don't care. Like it's I just want to feel cool. Like have you I know you two have done this before. Like when you go rally with your friends and
Yeah.
drive to
Yeah.
like a car meet or like
Of
from
course.
afar and you guys got the convoy. You guys are all
Yes.
rolling deep,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
and then you look at each other, you know?
That's what
And
it is.
that's the feeling that I try to embody. Like that's the feeling that I try to portray for people. Like don't worry about like someone's done it before. Don't worry about if it's like an old style or if it's like murdered out, low bag, whatever. It's that moment you feel when you're driving amongst your friends by yourself on like a windy road. Don't kill yourself. And you're just like sitting there like, man, this is why I'm a car guy. Like
Yeah.
I just you know, like stick shift, automatic, vibing, beach
So I
music.
gotta ask you a question. I gotta ask you a question. So a lot of car guys have a very controversial opinion about this, but since you're saying like, oh, just be confident with what you're driving. If you drive in this car behind me, a Tesla, like an electric car,
Mhm.
do you feel like you can still get that same feeling, or is that just a completely different ball game? Like
Okay, that's a lovely question. I absolutely love that question because I was just talking to RJ
okay,
Arkuya. Um, RJ once had his previous car was a SLS AMG, gull wing
holy,
doors,
jeez,
Holy.
right? He's a fucking baller.
that's crazy. That's
He's
next
a
level.
That's what I'm saying. He's a baller. So he was like, I want to get a new car. I want to get a Rari. He wants a F12, but he can't find the price.
Mm.
Yeah.
And we had a lengthy we yesterday it was like 8 hours. Me and my brother and our kuya, RJ. He ended up getting a cord because he didn't want he was like checking his own shit, right? Like,
Hmm.
do I really care? Like, is this like a problem? And it goes back to your question: would you drive that Tesla?
Yeah.
It's not about it's the spirit of the car culture, right? A Tesla is a car. I, for one, accept our automatic driving overlords because I'm trying to take a nap while going to work. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
Right. So
I
like
agree.
it's how would I feel about it? I would feel cool because I'm in a personally in a car of incredible technology, right?
Yes.
Like we could get the Rari,
Yeah.
but
Of course.
we don't want to be like too deep in our own Kool-Aid, right? Like when you're like being above shit, that's when you get old. That's when you get stagnant. Like you don't want
Yeah.
that, right?
Yeah.
Like if you taste the food and you don't like the food, that's different than just looking at the food and saying, I don't like that. Well, you actually don't know, right?
Yeah.
If
Well, I
I
mean, the
have
thing is, like, do you feel like it's just boring to try? Like, have you been around them? Have like, you think that's just something
I've
boring?
driven the i8, which is a bit similar, right? Like electric vehicle
Yeah.
kind
At
of
least that
thing.
one has like a transmission. It has a sound to it. It has like some engine note. Even though it's fake, it has something.
Yeah.
Like imagine just like pure silence. Like, you think you could do that, or you think that's just
Would
like
you
not
Oh,
for you?
consider buying it?
absolutely. Absolutely. You kidding me?
Okay.
Like my ears are absolutely bleeding. I wear earplugs when I drive my car because it's not I'm
Huh.
trying to listen to music as I join this call, right?
Yeah.
So no, I think if you're a snob about something like that because you just think it's not a car enthusiast thing, you're crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I
you would consider buying it? Would you ever consider it?
yeah, that's what I tell my chat. I'm like, if my Beersy dies, I'm getting a Tesla. Like,
Oh, okay.
that's it. It's done deal,
Wow.
right?
Okay.
Like, um, I don't think like I don't take things seriously, right? I don't like my life is just too lucky, too privileged to like take something like that seriously. Like, whoa, ooh, Tesla's cool. Elon Musk shit is cool,
Yeah.
sexy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 100%. Um, well, that's good to hear. I mean, a lot of people just think it's like a soulless car, and it's interesting to see that even though you have some crazy builds like your BRZ and your Supra, that you still have respect for these electric cars
Yeah,
and stuff. For
I have a
sure.
question about the Supra. So, you're a crazy builder, and like you said, cool car. You feel cool in it. It's a car that you feel cool in. So, why did you go with the Supra initially? Like, what was the whole meaning behind it?
okay, so the Supra, it was kind of cool.
Yeah,
Kevin told me the story of the B58, the motors of the BMW, and he was like, "Yeah, my car, Kevin's white car,
yeah.
Yep.
it has a B58," and I was like, "Oh, I love the story of how that motor was brought to life and
You can do
and
so much with that car. You can tune it
Oh,
up and
that's what
modify
I'm
it
saying.
insanely.
Like that's what I'm saying. So I believe that car had like a wonderful motor and it was like a driver's car. So that's why I got it. I got it.
Hmm.
Um but then I hurt the car as we all know. I hurt
yeah.
the car and myself.
Yeah.
So that made me reevaluate my situation.
So do you still have the car, or what was the
No.
aftermath of it?
So the aftermath was I basically the story goes I was driving and there was just like a really rainy patch
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
That we
the
remember.
stretch of freeway. And what happened was I turned it to cruise control, and I believe it is cruise control because I talked to two other owners anecdotally that they themselves also turned on cruise control and they wiped out. So
Really?
what happened was the car, I was in lane two. It goes from left to right. So one, two,
Yeah.
three, four. So lane two, and there was a WRX in lane one right next to me. He was
Yep.
Yeah.
ahead of me actually. I saw his full car, and then
Yep.
I passed him or passed him slightly. I turned on cruise control, and my car went. I felt it dig. I felt it sit, and I was like, "Ah, here we go, boys!" And it flipped this way, and I went straight towards the wall,
Oh my
like
Holy.
God.
barreling towards the wall. And I remember in my head, I always think of this scenario like, oh, what would happen if I hydroplane? I was like, don't fucking brake. And
Yeah.
then I just stood on the gas and I was like, start. And then I see myself, my tail goes the other way. So like now I'm doing like a skid, I guess, towards the wall, and my wheel spin. I saw myself slowing, but I was still moving towards the wall. I was like, ah, shit, here we go. And I tapped the wall. Typically in those kind of crashes, it's like a slam and then the front slams. But I
Yeah.
only
Yeah.
I only bumped it on the back and then moved and coasted to a stop. So
Yeah.
I
And
was lucky.
were you good, or like for the most part?
Yeah, for the most part, I was lucky that the maneuver, I don't know if it was the maneuver, I don't know what happened. It happened in milliseconds.
Yeah.
Of course.
in my vision. But I bumped the wall, and then I coasted to a stop. My car was still able to drive. We drove it on the trailer. It was I was totally fine.
Yeah.
It was like a wall tap, not like a crash. It was like a
Yeah,
wall.
yeah, yeah.
Maybe
I
your
remember.
maneuver did help stop from making it worse. So that's good.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I genuinely believe so. Like it wasn't. I wouldn't say it was scary. People asked me, "Were you scared?" I was like, "No, I had a mission to do.
Yeah.
Like I had to not die."
Yeah.
So I did what I had to be done, and uh, I believe I took care of it.
It's good.
That's
uh,
really good.
like the other two owners that I know is they slammed the back, and then the front swung
Oh,
forward and slammed the wall as well. But that did not happen to me.
that's good. I'm glad that you're okay and you're safe.
100%.
You.
So then you decided, what did you decide afterwards? Was the car
So,
wasn't totaled, right? Or was it, what was the state of it?
Oh yeah, to answer your question, so the car wasn't totaled, but I reevaluated my situation, right? What were my goals? Like what was I trying to achieve? And I looked at my car payment and I was like, fuck, $1,000 a month, like that's kind of rough. What could I
That's a
be
lot.
doing with $1,000, right? And Throttle approach, they were like, hey, we would like your car, we saw the damage. I was like, yeah, hell yeah, this is gonna be like the eighth car that you took of mine. So they took the car, they built it up. I it was no longer my problem. We dealt with it. I lost money on the car, but it was a learning experience.
yeah.
My goals in life is to do something different, right? Like cars don't make me money.
Sure.
Cars
Yeah.
make TJ money, but not me. So I'm
Yeah.
not going to do cars, right? Or at
Yeah.
least for now, right? So uh we have a different trajectory. I'm trying to help people learn about. Um, I'm trying to open the eyes and have people ask why all the time, right? Like I want people to like me in that car, right? I ask
Yeah.
myself, what the fuck is we doing, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to ask myself that, and I'm like, okay, do I really need this car? I have a wonderful BRZ,
Yep.
and what can I do? My future has bigger plans, right? Like of course enjoy your life, right? If you want to go buy like a $300 steak and enjoy your weekend, then please go do that, right? You just need to put it in the context of the bigger picture for your sake, right? And you
True.
have to
True.
ask like what do you want? Like a lot of people, again, me and Kuya RJ and Benedict had a lengthy conversation about this, and it's just like you gotta sit back, stop sipping the Kool-Aid, and ask yourself what's going on. So do we reevaluate? Oh, it was three R's. Review, renew, re something, like recycle, like
Reevaluate
reevaluate.
maybe.
Yeah, reevaluate. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
So
Uh,
yeah, you just like you come back, you renew your make sure. What his analogy was like, you got to look up from the map, make sure you're going the right way, and if you
yeah.
are and if you still want to go that way,
Then you
right,
keep going.
and you keep going, right.
Okay. With that being said, obviously, you still have your iconic BRZ,
Mhm.
but maybe not now, but at some point in the future, is there, aside from the build that you want to do, like maybe like a new daily or like some other, is there another car that you have on your radar? Like not that like you're gonna buy right now, but something that's just like,
Yeah,
okay, when the time is right, this is the replacement. Like
Like a
do you
dream
have
car,
that?
something coming you want.
what I want. Okay, so first of all, before this car, we gotta blow up and act like we don't know nobody. You know what I'm saying? The car that I want is a 458. I absolutely fell
Oh,
in love with it, working on it.
Really good car.
A really
beautiful
good car,
car.
right? Yeah. Um,
Would you do things to it? Like, do you want to like wide body and do all that Liberty Walk, all
it
that?
it depends. So like, I'm sure you guys know, right? Tell me if I'm wrong. So,
Yeah.
dealing, it seems like you guys deal with these cars. So, um, what people don't understand when buying exotic cars is they don't extrapolate the idea of the car payment, right? You put down like, um, let's say the car is $100,000, right?
Yep. Yep.
You put down 10% if you have good credit, or
Yep.
20% or whatever,
Yep.
and you're basically only in that car for your down payment and however long you keep it, and
Yep.
cost of maintaining, which is gas, and hopefully you have the car came with warranty, so you don't have to
Yep.
deal with that. But like technically, you're only in the car for, at worst case scenario, like 21,000 dollars, right? But at the same time, you it, you can't really like lose your money, right?
Of
Because
course.
the cars only sell for, will only drop to a bottom point. They can't like sell for anything less than that point. So
Yes.
if you buy a budget car like that, or if you lease a car, you could sell the car back for what you paid for it,
What push
and
you for
get,
it?
right. So
Yeah,
like
exactly.
during that time, you accumulate more wealth, and you could probably upgrade from a 458 to an 88,
Yeah,
or
100%.
and then the 88 to like an Evo Huracan, and then you could go from the Evo to like whatever, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
you're not really buying a $100,000 car. You're kind of uh
Just paying to get in it, right?
exactly,
Uh,
you're paying to get in it. Like it's like a weird concept that people don't understand. So to answer
yeah,
your question, would I modify it and wide body? It depends what I'm trying to do, right?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
if I have the means to, yeah, I'm gonna cut this up, then yeah, I'm gonna cut it up, right?
When you do
So
that, though, obviously the chance of reselling and getting
Yeah.
your money back is like
Things
at
change.
a, I think at a, at a low, right?
yeah, it
Um,
diminishes it for
yeah,
sure. But you got to keep in mind, like with without being an asshole, I'm kind of a big deal, right? Like the channel is kind of a big deal.
yeah,
So
yeah.
whatever car we touch, and this was told by us by friends, like TJ is kind of the new Paul Walker. So like whatever car he owns, it's an investment to buy a
Yeah.
um, hero car, right?
Yep.
So like our cars are kind of important. Like
Yes.
They
like
are.
being meta about it without like removing, like putting on your Galaxy Vision goggles and like removing myself from um the seat that I sit at, looking at what we're doing. It's just like it's kind of an important car. Like
Yeah.
this, like
It
some
is.
people like many people admire the cars that we build, and then
Yeah.
it's kind of important.
Yeah.
So
You're
for us,
100% right.
we're kind of a special case, but it is still a coin toss, as you're saying, right? You could lose money. So for me, again, I don't know what my pull is. I don't know what my reach is, right? Like for like I could just be like a normal person buying the Ferrari, or I could end up being like Virgil Abloh. If like he sold his car, you'd be like, that's
Yeah.
like Virgil Abloh's car, right?
Yeah, yeah. And the
So
crazy part about 458s is like they've increased in value so much. Obviously, everything is increasing in value, but like Stradman, he had a Ferrari 458, sold it, bought it back 1 year later, the exact same car from the original owner, and paid 30 grand more for the same car with more miles. It's crazy.
The
That
market's
car,
at an all-time like high right now. It's
no, but the
insane what
458's unique because it's the last, it's the last naturally aspirated V8 Ferrari.
mm,
Still got that iconic sound. That car and the other car that's skyrocketing is the F8 Ferrari, which is the newest one after the
oh,
488.
I think I
And
just done.
the reason is because it just got discontinued, and the car that's coming after the F8 is called a 296, and it has a V6. So now the new Ferrari flagship car is gonna have a V6. The F8
oh,
slash the
that's
V, yeah.
controversial, no?
Oh, it's very controversial. Very controversial. So the last FA is going up because it's last V8 for last V8. And now they're going to a
Oh,
V6 in the new one,
mm.
which is yeah, no, obviously not
What
a
do you think
great.
about that?
What do I think? I honestly didn't know, and nor do I care. So like I since the beginning of time, I'm an aesthetic boy, right? Like look at me,
We
Yeah.
look at it.
right? So
Yeah.
I don't care, right? Like I do things for my own vanity, right? Like I look at myself in the mirror, I'm like, damn, you look good, Cal. And like that kind of stuff. So V6, V8, if it moves forward and looks cool, then I don't complain, right?
So pretend I open a briefcase right now.
Yep.
It's filled of money. I go boom, boom, boom. Calvin, here's $350,000. You can buy any car, new or used. What are you going in and going to go get?
Tributo, easy.
Yeah.
Whoa. That was
Oh,
fast.
That car is so cool looking. It looks so cool. I'm like, I saw a couple at Vegas. I was
Yeah.
like, sheesh. And I was like, oh my god, what a beautiful car. It's smaller than I imagined, right? Looking at the photos and specking it out on the website.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
it's much smaller in person, and that's what I would pick. If I could pick a car, that's what I would pick.
That was quick.
Um,
That's good. I
That was
like
a quick answer.
but
what?
it's I would pick that, but the smart me that advocates for this kind of thing, I would probably buy the Tesla. I'd buy the Tesla. And if you were to take the rest of the money away, I would probably go with the Tesla, right? Because that is the means to my end.
Yeah.
Right? Like it doesn't like it is not pertinent for me to drive a Tributo around at the
Yeah.
moment, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So they're close together depending upon the motivation.
I have another question for you. So, have you heard about Tesla Plaid? Have you heard much about that one?
Explain it to me.
All right, let me explain it to you. So, this is the new Tesla that just came out. It's all over YouTube. Everyone's buying it. Everyone's going crazy over it. It's
Is it a car model?
Yeah, it's the Model S Plaid. It's a new trim of
Okay.
the car,
Okay.
and it's basically just came out 2021, and it's $140,000, right? Super expensive car for a Tesla, but it does 0 to 60 in 1.99 seconds. It's the
1.9?
1.99 seconds. It's the fastest car on the planet. Like doesn't even compare with anything else. 1.99, 200 miles per hour. A Tesla could never do over like 150. Now it does 200 miles per hour. What do you feel about that? How do you feel about that in a car that you could just buy on the street without any
200?
modifications?
200 miles per hour? That's like
Yes.
that's Monka S. That is Monka S. I
Oh, also, it does 9.2 in the quarter mile.
That's too fast.
It's too fast.
That's too fast. I think I don't know. I don't hear a lot of uh crash memes about Teslas.
Because it's
Maybe
safe
I don't
cars. They got all those autopilot systems to help you like, keep it
yeah.
in check.
Yeah, so I don't know much about that. So like my thoughts on a 200-mile-per-hour car, I think they're just flexing as like a PR stunt.
Yeah.
Like like the the timeless tale of car guys in their cars trying to be faster than each other.
Yeah.
I like but how do I feel about it being on the street? I don't think anyone I think people will be too much of an asshole to the assholes that would drive that like that on a street are too much of an asshole to buy that car to do that, right? So
Yeah.
like the average person would be driving this car and not really care about that kind of thing. Maybe once in a while, like they go to
Exactly.
like a drag strip or launch the car, but
Yeah.
I don't think it'd be a problem. I don't think um yeah, no, I think it's a wonderful technology. Good on them.
Yeah.
I think it's beautiful. I think I've been actually following the Tesla batteries and their Giga Press.
Yeah.
That's baller.
Yeah. 100%.
So
100%.
what
Yeah.
what what do you guys like? What is your opinion? What do you think of the
I think
model,
it's
the Teslas.
it's called the S Plaid, and I just think it's too much to buy for a normal person. Like
Yeah.
basically, people bought this car like Manny Koshman, and they're testing like he has Bugattis and Puganis and all these crazy cars,
Mhm.
and he's driving this car, and he's like, dude, this is faster than anything I have, and he has $3-4 million cars, and the fact that you can just go into a showroom, buy this car online and have it delivered to your house, not even have to like sign a waiver or anything like
Oh,
that. It's just like I feel like it's too much power to
I
put in
think
just
too
the
much power
mass
for like a
market.
normal person to just have on their hands and drive on a daily basis with
Mhm.
their families and
Mhm.
people. And
It's
the
too
car is actually
much.
kind of weird also because the steering wheel is kind of like an F1 racing steering wheel. It's not like a full round steering wheel. It's like
Mhm.
this.
Let's hear. I'll show you
like
for a sec.
like the C8 wheel.
It's even worse. In my opinion, it's kind of worse, but we'll show it to you real quick.
It's not practical, yeah.
How much is this car?
140.
140.
Yeah. So this is their fully like this is their most expensive car that they sell. Obviously, most Teslas are quite. So this is a steering wheel, Calvin. So it's got this like it's got a missing top.
Oh, it is some uh cyberpunk
Yes.
uh what's that movie? You know what I'm talking about? Blade Runner. That's some Blade Runner shit right there.
Yeah. And it's on every car. There's no option for a normal steering wheel. You can't even get it if you want to. This is the
Oh, so
only
this is the new steering wheel for the cars.
for this particular like Model S car. This is the
Oh,
new
okay.
steering wheel. Yeah, you cannot get any other steering wheel.
I think
So
it's kind
imagine,
of dope.
but imagine taking a
Oh,
turn. Like people having issues. Like you're taking a turn. Like all of a sudden, like you know,
what do you do?
I don't know, man.
Oh, that's like a little sussy, yeah.
Yeah.
Elon's putting everyone to street racers, man. Crazy.
Good on him.
For
Good on.
real.
I no, I kind of agree with you. Like it's kind of hectic. Um, have they sold really well?
They've
Yeah.
been selling very well.
I
They're
said the
actually
reselling because if you go on like CarGurus or something, people are just buying and flipping it for like 160, like upwards of that. So they're just like,
Oh, they're fucking poaching and they're scalping. They're
yeah.
scalping.
yes, yes,
People scalp
yes,
Teslas.
yes,
Oh, it's
yes.
What the
crazy
heck?
right now. Yeah.
That ain't no PS5, man. What the?
It's crazy
It
because
is.
if you and the car, I mean, it's just so much
Have you
power that you can.
Have you guys driven one before?
No.
Yeah, so I've driven not the Plaid, but I've driven the one right below it, the P100D. Um, you and TJ have to get behind this, get it behind one of these cars. I'm sure one of these subscribers would come and give them for
Nice
like a
one.
day or something.
Yeah.
You should definitely just experience it. You're like, what is this like? It feels like you're in like a roller coaster. It's just like 1,000
Um,
horsepower, 1,020 horsepower, and a stock street legal car which seats 5 people. Like that's stupid if you think about it, but it's actually like a reality now.
have you guys been near a Gemera?
We have.
The
Ah,
club-
you guys are I want to
Yeah.
see one of those.
Oh,
It
it's
was in San
way
Diego
far.
back in
Yeah.
a few months ago. It was in San
Oh,
Diego.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I want to sit in one of those. That's cool. That car is cool. I
Yeah.
that's
would
a
love
cool
that.
car.
What is that? Like 2 million? 2 million?
Somewhere up.
Plus, yeah,
Sheesh!
it's a lot.
No shot.
Okay, so what if you had to pick one hypercar, right? Now we increase the bag from 300,000 to 3 million, let's say,
Oh, the
right?
Gemera, dude.
Oh,
The
Jamera,
Gemera.
not a
Yeah,
Bugatti.
I love their doors.
Yeah.
The doors are sick.
I
The doors are
love
sick.
their doors.
It's different.
And like again, like it's the aesthetic thing. Like there's something cool about the doors and then the capsule that they created with the one door but four passenger
Four
Four.
passenger, yeah.
the four passenger cockpit. It's just like some like sci-fi shit. And I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, if I could like that would be like um that'd be uh, that would be like the old boys club car. Like if I wanted to get into a group, like I followed this guy and he bought a um what's that Chiron, the
Bugatti
Bugatti.
Chiron, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
the Chiron. He bought one of those just so that he could join the car club of Chiron owners, right?
Whoa, yeah.
Um, and people don't think of it like this. Like when you have access to certain things, you can join certain groups, right?
Yes.
To talk to certain people. If your
Yep.
goal is to make money, if your goal is to be fucking rich, you need to be talking about money. And whatever social norm of the taboo, don't talk about your money,
Yeah.
is ridiculous because the people who make a lot of money only talk about money. So back to
True.
my point, um, the reason why I would buy a car like that is to join a car
Group.
club of people who can afford a fucking Gemera or
Yeah.
Chiron. And
Yeah.
these people are kind of crazy. I
For
heard a
real.
I heard a story of um of a friend. His friend is like insane. He just bought last time he spoke to him, he bought 80 uh cruise liners,
What?
737s.
What the heck?
Do you know how much one of those are?
Like 100 mil? I don't.
$300 million he bought one of them.
Holy.
Holy.
Jeez.
This man is dealing in the billies.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's that's.
he is stacking bees. Okay,
Dang.
this man is dropping fatty bees and just nonchalantly saying, "Oh, I bought 80."
It's like,
What?
Jeez.
yeah.
For real.
What? So like it's these people that have this mentality, but the typical thing that I've gathered from these crazy, literally insane people are they just don't stop. They're just like you can't talk to them. They just don't stop. Um, but anyways, yeah. So like that
So
would
you
be
would buy
the
the car for that club, get to the network, get to talk to people like that.
yeah. It's a network thing. So like
Yeah.
it's
I mean, the
just
crazy part is like when you do like a Pagani, when you buy a Pagani, you're ordering it not through like a website. You're ordering it. You fly down and you talk to the CEO and the small company, and you
They
meet with
work
their
with,
family. You
yeah.
literally work with them. Like that's when I remember I was watching Manny Caution's video. He did the Hermes and Pagani collaboration. He literally just goes to the CEO of Hermes and Pagani, and they have a meeting. Like that's crazy.
yeah. When
Um,
you it's like oh it's so here's the other story. Um, same man who bought 80, 80 planes,
yeah,
he bought a home. He wanted two units. So like
yeah,
the condos um that are could be separated by one wall.
Yeah.
He wanted two so that he could have a building. Uh he bought that and told the contractors like, "Yo, I want a black sink. I want black sinks." And they were like, "Sorry, we can't do that." And he was like, "I just I just bought two of these, and these are like multi-million dollar homes
yeah,
each."
yeah,
He bought two of them.
But
He's
too.
like, I I just want black sinks.
yeah.
I did the research,
That's all he wants.
and yeah, I did the research.
Yeah.
It's not a different part number. I just want them black.
Like,
Dang.
He goes, and again, the foreman or the contractor was like, we can't do that. We already bought the parts.
Yeah.
They went back and forth. He got mad. So this man finds the company, buys $10 million of the stock. Oh wait,
Holy.
I can't say the rest. I can't say the rest. Anyways, so he ended up meeting
Yeah.
of uh the owner of the complex or
yeah,
like the project.
the contractor or whatever.
Not the contractor,
Oh,
but like
the owner of
the
the
project
project.
manager, right? He was like so you did this just for black sinks? And he said, yeah,
Yeah.
I did that.
Wow.
That's hard.
And then at the end, he was like, the owner was like, yeah, I'll get a couple of friends. Well, we know how to do that. We'll make them black. But let me have dinner with you. So like they both joined like each other's like now they're friends. Like they're friends
Yeah.
and it's like the networking. Like when you're stacking M's and throwing B's, like it's really about who you know. Like um like how would I put it? If if you had a good friend that was in like an architect, right? Like you could ask your architect friend like, "Yo, like what's a good idea? How do I do this?" Because your friends will help you, and in turn you will help them. But at a certain point, if you're on the same level, there's like connections that one another can help each other with, and
Yeah.
that's like the goal. Like that's why again in SEMA it's a networking thing for me. Like I'm just there to be a showman, show up and make people smile,
Yeah.
and it's what I do best. You know.
I like that. Like you're always like networking, looking out to meet new people and look out. Like that's really cool, honestly.
Thank you. I try. I try.
Yeah, and we love watching you as well online.
Oh,
So
I'm humbled. Thank you for your time.
So yeah,
yeah,
no, our Zoom link is gonna end soon. So we want to
Wait,
thank you.
wait. It's gonna end.
Yeah, it's
We can't wait. It's just gonna straight up.
it's just gonna go boom, and you're
Wait,
on.
what the heck? Are you serious?
Yeah.
We can't talk for like 2 hours? Oh, wow.
Oh, we would love to. We would love to.
We'll
Trust
have to
me.
do it another time.
Yeah. So like,
100%.
thank you for your time. Like, you're a fellow San Diego brother. Like,
Thank you.
you're so cool. Like,
I try.
yeah. No, I love it. I love your energy, man. I love your energy.
Oh, thank you. I try. I'm a showman. I try. I practice.
It was
Alright.
genuinely like awesome talking to you. Thanks so
Thank
much
you.
for your time and coming on today.
Pleasure was all mine.
Appreciate it.
Is
Yeah,
that it? Does it end?
well, so if you're ever in when we're in San Diego, and if you're ever free, like we would love to, meet up. We can have some nice coffee, can go to some boba,
Take you to a
Wait,
car
what?
show.
take you to a car show.
Like where in San Diego? Like
I'm in Forest Ranch
Oh,
and
don't
Shreve
say those
Mark?
things. Don't say locations.
well,
Don't say
this
locations.
part this part we cut off. This part we
Ladies and
cut off.
gentlemen, thank you for listening. Hope
Thank
you got
you.
to your destination safe. Have a safe journey. Thank you for listening, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Calvin. Thank you for your time,
No, I'm
Calvin.
nobody. Don't worry about me.
Yeah. So
Right, now we can
now
now
we
we
can
can
start
talk.
locations.
Oh.